Sat Shri Akal, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Khalsa again. Today with us we have Ida. She's the founder of Okcontract. Okcontract is a great service which basically generates plug and play front ends from for smart contract interactions, and it's a great service that you guys have built. Ida, thank you for coming to the Crypto Khalsa. How are you doing?
Hi, Hardeep. Thanks for having me. Doing great and Happy New Year, everyone. So basically, hope it will be a great year for all of us. Yeah, so my name is Ida Swarczewskaja. My surname is a little bit complex to pronounce. I'm a co-founder of Okcontract. And yeah, as Hardeep highlighted, we are pioneering automated front-end generation for smart contracts. So we are basically trying to simplify distribution of smart contracts, improve accessibility and safety. Uh, so, mm, Basically, do you like me to give some of a background?
Absolutely. Why don't we start with your introduction and tell the viewers a bit about your background and how was life before OK Contract and what is Ida doing after OK Contract?
Yeah, so basically, I spent really all my life building technology, work at startups at the intersection of design, technology, and business, some of marketing as well. So mainly as a product manager, and I led user experience for social business software, developer tools, e-commerce marketplaces. So notably, I led product design and grew teams and scale processes at Miracle, which became a global leader of e-commerce marketplace software, and today serves millions of retailers. So basically, my role was to help them onboard to a digital commerce. When I mainly uh, discovered the blockchain during DeFi summer. And felt like it was a great next challenge for me.
And what what was your life before OK Contract? How did you come to like start this? What was the ideation? Can you tell a bit about the story of finding your way towards OK Contract?
Yeah, exactly. So actually, it's a great question because for working in e-commerce, I also found that fintech evolution was very interesting in basically in the era when we all had mobile phones and all had this instant access to financial services. And basically, it felt like it will be the next big thing in our lives. So mainly, we will move away from traditional way of interacting with finance and basically we're interacting with even like payments and everything. And it was changing already back when I was in the e-commerce space. But then I discovered like basically, yeah, there is a blockchain, there is a way to decentralize, to actually make this finance rails differently and mainly especially the smart contracts concepts felt very interesting to me because it's like a programmable finance. So mainly I wanted to participate, but basically it was a very new industry. So I had to learn a lot. So yeah, so mainly it looks like a lot of learning, engaging, like going to conferences, events and learning how this works. And basically, yeah, so this is uh, how I started engaging and trying to use tools, wallets, DeFi myself, and basically that led me to the discover that user experience was lacking, and that presented a great opportunity for me to be part of this ecosystem.
Can you explain exactly what OK Contract is and tell us about the problem you aim to solve through this platform?
Yeah, so basically, we started Okcontract as we saw the need of accelerating the development part. So basically, there are many problems that we see with smart contracts in particular. So there is a development side problem. So it's hard to learn how to implement smart contracts. You have to learn as a Web2 developer what are ABIs, how to implement all these wallets, do the user intake the user inputs. Like there are lots of complexity compared to what we know in Web2. And basically, this complexity also is on the front end part and not on the back end as it was in Web2. Basically, it's not on the server side. It's mainly lots of things happening on the front end. And then we also saw that every dApp is limited in your like smart contract distribution is limited because every project has to build his front end. And basically, it's the only point of access to the smart contract, to interact with the smart contract. And if a project doesn't exist tomorrow, so basically that means that I cannot as a user to have access to a smart contract. It would be complicated for me to retrieve my funds, for instance. And then there is a third problem that actually relates more to my co-founder who comes from cybersecurity background. So basically, which is security and trust. Basically, especially when it comes to financial transactions, we are all care about security. And as users, we have lots of safety concerns. And so basically, we knew that we need also to make this interaction safe and try to create some kind of solutions which will be safe, low maintenance for developers, and easy access, like easy distribution. So this is why we actually really came with this idea that we need to create a new kind of all-in-one client-side infrastructure. And we need to provide low-code tools for developers because in Web2, there are already lots of low-code tools available and which makes the lives of developers easier. So basically what we saw that if we solve automation, like if they use automation to solve front-end generation for smart contracts, we can actually streamline this like manual development, avoid manual development. And basically, we can also simplify and make it more secure because basically, instead of writing manually 100 lines of codes, your business logic is spread into multiple lines of code. It makes it very hard to audit for exterior developers or like anyone. So basically, if we use another approach of domain-specific language, just to specify the interaction of like staking, swapping, lending, minting, whatever interaction we want to specify. So basically, if we can create this really short specification, standardized, and which will then generate the front end and allow developer to save time on UI part, on the UI part as well, and mainly allow other third-party developers or team members or community members to come and look at the specification and say, okay, so I see what it is. I'm confident, and basically come and test this interaction on the Okcontract platform itself. And then the platform will generate the plug and play front end, the code, code snippet for React integration, and basically which will allow very easily to integrate into any front end, like social feed, wallet, whatever.
So in simplicity, if a person needs to integrate, say, Uniswap into their website, they simply go to Okcontract's website, generate the code, and then integrate that snippet or a React component into the website, and simply
Yes. So mainly, a very good example. Usually, projects who launch their tokens, they create a pair on Uniswap. Like for instance, swap buy my X token with USDC. So for that, they mainly use redirection link today and send their audience to Uniswap. But Uniswap can change their interface. It can create some breaking experience, and it can create that lack of conversion, result in like bad conversions. But instead, if they pick up the Uniswap smart contracts on Okcontract, they pick up their USDC and whitelist their token, they create very quickly the interaction, and then everything will be generated. So we just copy paste React code or even iPhone and embed it into their website, and they don't have to do anything else. And when they want to deactivate it, we just deactivate the chat part, and that's all. So they don't need to maintain any code base themselves.
So any meme coin developer who wants to like code their own coin, they can simply go to OK contract and generate the piece of code and simply plug into their website, and everything can be seamlessly taken care by you, which is interesting.
For this front-end part, for the front-end part, we don't actually, so we still need to deploy their smart contract and write their smart contract. But once we have a smart contract, we come to the Okcontract hub and input their smart contract. They can explore all the methods through the ABI view, pick up a method, and set very quick parameters like the specification in the editor, and then basically generate this content, which they can readily use everywhere else.
That is exciting. So let's talk more about the technology part. So what technology stack powers OK contract, and is there any AI or machine learning incorporated into the platform?
Yeah, so basically for the technology stack, so we really needed to rethink uh, the existing way. And as Vitalik Buterin, the co-founder of Ethereum, actually highlighted in his latest blog post, and he talked about RK contracts approach. So basically, to make dApp secure, we needed to rethink, I think, beyond JavaScript and HTML. And actually, this is where my co-founder basically came up with the idea. So to split the specification part, the business logic, which will go into specification, from the runtime. So the rest of the front-end code, which can be basically, which is not taking care of a smart contract. So basically, to make this part of the business logic secure, of smart contracts more secure. So we really separated and mainly created new type of approach. So we separate specification and we separate runtime. So mainly specification is written using our own domain-specific language, very short, precise, which basically is accessible to any smart contract developer. Who knows what smart contract does. So basically, he can pick up very easily the parameters he needs to set, and this allows us to really minimize the angle of attacks, vulnerabilities for the front end part, this type of implementation. So avoiding JavaScript in our implementation. And so basically, that's why for the stack part, we really wrote very innovative, used kind of infrastructure ourselves. So basically, we had to do that because the approach is radically different. But this is the only approach which also will allow to scale and write the specification much faster, and basically invite the third-party community to attest them. So we integrated with Ethereum attestation service. For instance, the added feature on the Okcontract platform, where basically when I, as a developer, specify my interaction, so it generates the user interface and the code snippet, which can be embedded into a third-party app. But also we have a feature which allows anybody to come to this page and attest if this interaction is correct or not. So basically using this Jira attestation service, which is traceable. So basically, which also creates as additional layer of security. So that's why going back to the stack, mainly we really had to innovate and build also our own protocol. So underlying protocol, okay, control protocol, which will allow to basically include all necessary Web3 services, like on-chain, off-chain data, and basically be able to compute, to connect to wallets, read users' balances, read users' inputs, do all the computation, generate transaction, send it, and receive listen to the events and provide basically generate the user feedback as also being all embedded into third-party environment. So basically we really have, let's say, this three pieces. So domain-specific language to specify interactions with smart contracts. We have SDK, which allows to embed. And we have a protocol, Okcontract protocol, which is designed to handle blockchain transaction when they are embedded within a third-party environment. So for the start, we'll see, let's say, three pieces of our own infrastructure.
And for everyone, Vitalik's blog will be listed in the description of this video. And just to highlight everyone, Vitalik doesn't blog about anyone. He does a lot of research, and had it not been that innovative, he would not have even talked about them. So he mentions greatly about you guys. And so let's talk more about scalability. How do you ensure that your platform remains scalable, secure, and easy to use as it grows?
Yeah, so basically, we for the scalability part, so it's more, let's say, technical challenge. Mainly, we will need to finalize our protocol. So the Okcontract protocol, which will be decentralized, fully decentralized and secure and transparent, basically running on the network, which will involve node runners. So basically, will be this part of the stack will be decentralized and will enable any node runner to participate. So this part is still, let's say, our next step in where we are planning to work on this year. For the platform part, so as I described, the Okcontract hub part, so basically we can already handle the hundreds of and thousands of connections. So basically, this part will be more related to, the classic traditional platform scalability, which is already solved. For the empowering transaction, work is in progress, but we have the roadmap to basically implement all the necessary features to scale this.
And what kind of feedback have you received from early users of the platform?
Yeah, so basically on the feedback part, we had, let's say, the one of the interesting feedbacks was about because actually our platform, it addresses three types of target audiences. Let's say creators, builders, so developers who can create. Today they are whitelisted, so we are not yet open to anyone. So basically, creators part they want to mainly lots of features like multi-step widgets, basically to create swap and stake in one single flow. So this was the feedback that we received primarily from the builders. from the end users, which is another set of users, it's actually people who can come and benefit from our interface to interact with a smart contract. And basically, one of the valuables we got was some people who actually couldn't interact and withdraw their funds from the contracts that don't have their app anymore because they left the space, the industry, but basically still some users had their funds locked in those smart contracts. And basically they could use Okcontract to interact with those smart contracts. And they were very, very happy to do that because basically as we provide this tool for any kind of smart contract, any kind of interaction, so basically you type the smart contract address on EVMs for now and adding Starknet, so not including all existing chains, but most of EVMs. And basically, so this feedback was valuable because actually we understood also that we can help people to provide default front end for a smart contract, and we actually save them some money because we are able to still interact with smart contracts, even if the team who built this project is gone and they are not operating API nodes for front ends. We are not paying AWS, and basically we're not running their front end anymore.
That is interesting. Let's talk about leadership. What values are most important to you as a leader, and how do you ensure that these values are embedded in your company's culture?
Yeah, so I think that we chatted just before this recording, mainly the ability to adapt as the industry is always evolving, and this industry is growing very, very fast, actually. And basically every year we have some new concept, and that's very, very fun, but also which makes prioritization very hard because you need to choose the direction where you're going. So I think that as a leader, one of the important basically values is to have this growth mindset, culture, basically explain sometimes that we can change priorities and we can maybe so basically that we need to adapt to changes, but we need to also to evaluate better what we are building, why we will be building, and what's the long-term impact we can have. And basically, so for us as this year was really, even myself in my experience, I saw that AI is playing very important role. And I think that, as a company, even when we started, ChatGPT was not there yet. And we couldn't really understand all the AI agents and Gen AI impact. But now we have to include all these new parameters also in our business vision. And we need to understand how this will impact our industry and how we can basically provide value and mainly, stay very, very, let's say, adaptive to the environment and move quickly.
Mm-hmm. And what marketing channels have been most effective in you reaching your target audience?
Yeah, so marketing channels in crypto is mainly, I think it's for many people, it's very, very similar. So many companies I know. So you have to use the crypto Twitter, you have to use X. So you have to create your Discord channels and your Telegram communities. For me, also, I would say to reach the audience, so we have to use all these tools because there are lots of basically communities who are joining Discord channels, Telegram channels to get information about the project and basically stay informed. And yeah, Twitter is a great way to communicate on your progress. And basically, yeah, podcasts as well is great. Podcasts, any events, speaking, basically sharing about what you learned on your journey, and trying to also collect some feedback from the community is great.
Let's get to know more about any new features or integrations or expansions that you're planning to implement into OK Contract that you would like to disclose.
Yeah, so basically, again, going back to adaptability. So yeah, where we'll be in the coming year, basically we'll be focusing on basically building and providing value for the AI agents and developers. So both. So mainly what we learned, and we are learning constantly with this evolution. So that of course there will be AI agents probably used widely by everyone, and there will be challenges, especially when we hear that AI can be used to build like basically to create interactions on the fly, from like built from ABI. But there are also lots of challenges with LLMs on that regards, because basically it might go wrong. Like some things might get wrong, and basically we need to be um, aware of these things, and we need to still think about how we can provide safe uh, and like stable, verifiable foundation. So basically, yeah, for on our end, we will be focusing on as we're already building our deterministic protocol. So will be focusing on basically providing this protocol, which will be stable, verifiable, to safe the interactive blockchain. So basically, we'll provide a catalog of pre-built interactions with OK Contract Interactions Hub. As I described, developers can create those interactions. Anyone can create. Other third-party communities can attest to this interaction. So basically, this will provide a way to create this trusted standard middleware for both developers and AI agents. So yeah, so this will be our focus to mainly build this catalog of pre-built interactions and try it out with AA agents in use test run. The other feature, which we're working on right now, is basically expanding on the more UI support or more of UI formats. For instance, Telegram is a very popular channel, as we just discussed. So many smart contracts want to be present on Telegram and provide users with the possibility to interact with smart contracts through Telegram mini apps. But Telegram has its own formats, so basically building UI from scratch will be slow and will require developers to maintain actually even more front ends. So their own dApp, any other integration, Telegram mini app. So it's a lot of different workload for and maintenance work for developers. So yeah, there has this demand of adding the Telegram mini app support. So we will be working on this, and and mainly integrating with more chains, adding non-EVM chains, as we are strategic partner with Starknet. So basically, we are already in the process of adding support for Starknet chain and the Starknet ecosystem wallets, and basically we'll onboard most projects in this ecosystem.
That is awesome. That is a great answer, Ida. Thank you for that. Uh, are there any particular sources or practices that help you stay informed and engaged in any latest trends that are coming in the industry? Do you follow them personally? Can you tell more about your routines that you follow just to stay informed and stay ahead of the curve?
Yeah, so basically, I think that most of the people spend a lot of time on Twitter, so we have to uh, basically check so for what's happening, what happened. I also like for my personal, I like to listen to some podcasts, basically while I'm doing some sports, especially so on the go somewhere in commute. So basically, I like to stay updated, like with latest trends and yeah. Then let's say the larger sources of informations are like major conferences like DevCon or ECC Denver, so Token 2029. So yeah, mainly to connect with community, understand where the industry is moving. But yeah, on a daily basis, I would say podcasts are very useful, blogs, Twitter, and some, yeah, mainly blockchain news and tech news on my end.
That is great. Let's talk a bit more about your personal life. What do you do to recharge and stay motivated outside of work?
Yeah, so actually, great question because work is everywhere today. So mainly it's hard to disconnect. You really have to turn your laptop off to, and your phone, put them aside to really disconnect. But yeah, so mainly I try to do some sports and running, swimming, trying to also practice meditation because I found that it's very interesting and it's very actually it helps um, to keep away from sometimes very a lot of excitement that we experience during the day. So yeah, mainly trying to get his part of the in my daily routine.
Let's talk a bit about your past. Is there any particular failure that you have experienced that helped you grow as a person personally and as an entrepreneur? Uh, is there something that you would like to share?
Yeah, so I think that we always like making mistakes is a way to learn and to grow and basically to evaluate and improve. So basically, I think that early in my career, I was very, very focused on actually doing more things and working very long hours, not really taking care of my uh, like balanced routine. And actually, yeah, so I had finished with experiencing burnouts. And because I felt like I was not managing my energy well. And yeah, so mainly when I had to set aside and take some time, uh, basically to uh, mainly take a break. And I think for me, what I learned is to basically avoid the situations. Yeah, you have to basically get your energy, manage your energy better, and basically, yeah, to to stay balanced and try to mainly, as Naval Ravikant puts it, like basically work more with your mind than with your time. And basically, yeah, this is what I'm trying also to follow as, uh, yeah, as this personal experience. And I try to, yeah, try to basically to focus more on how do I spend my energy. Is it like sometimes I need to maybe take some pause and not to push so hard to, yeah, to avoid this kind of burnout. And yeah, so far actually I feel like I have better um, better approach today.
So, doing meditation, taking some time out for sports, or any kind of physical
Yeah,
activity, I would say.
actually have some kind of routine, yeah, where you can do some sports exercise and also to, yeah, meditation for better sleep. So you have to mainly to be, actually, this makes you more productive. And basically doing too much and not really doing any exercise might be very exhausting and actually makes you less productive. So this is what I learned from myself. Basically, but I felt like it's important for to achieve results, to stay focused and better understand your environment, how it's evolving, and basically you need to get in the right balance. Actually, even I tried some marathons during conferences to run with other other people just to experience yeah this on the industry level. And yeah, it's kind of fun. So I appreciate that basically many people in our industry are thinking also about the same values and sharing the same values.
That was great, Ida. On an ending note, where can people learn more about OK Contract and stay updated on any new developments?
Yeah, so basically you will find us on X .com, so at Okcontract. So our app and website is okcontract.com. The hub is app.okcontract.com. And we also have our GitHub repos. So we are open sourcing lots of libraries. We are supported by Optimism or to Grant, for instance. So open source libraries will be at github.com slash Okcontract. And yes, so we're happy to also, you can find other links to Telegram and Discord communities you can join and follow our project.
We'll make sure all the links are there in the description so anyone can go and see what you guys are developing. So, thank you so much for your time, Ida. It was a great, great conversation, and it was great knowing you as a person as well. Thank you for taking out your valuable time for us, and I hope the experience was good.
Yeah, it was great, Hardy. Thanks a lot. I really enjoyed the conversation. And basically, thanks a lot for having me today. And it was great to share and hope to, yeah, to meet again.
Absolutely, we'll be meeting again soon. Have a good day. See you, and a very happy New Year to you as well.
Yeah, happy New Year to all, and thanks again, Hardeep.